What's up, guys? I just wanted to make this little introduction video to tell you a little bit about myself before I start reviewing movies and stuff on this channel. My name's Charles. My nickname's Buzzman. I usually go with that name on my forums and other various usernames on the internet. But, I mean, it's because my dad's called... What's up, guys? I just wanted to make this little introduction video to let you know a little bit about myself before I start reviewing movies on this channel and various other videos that I might do. Let's start off with my name's Charles. My nickname is Buzzman. It came from my dad because his nickname was Buzz, so I always got called Buzzman. It's weird that only my family calls me Buzzman. Everyone else outside of my family calls me Charles. And it's weird when either one of them call me by the other name because it's just such a weird sound off their tongue because I'm obviously used to my family calling me Buzzman, not Charles. And so that's basically what my name is. I use Buzzman as my username for a lot of things on the internet, and I think even my Twitter feed, which I'll put on the bottom here, is Buzzman. I mean, it's what I've always gone by, and I've grown used to it. I would say that I've always watched movies, but I never really got into them until about like 6 or 7 years ago. I'd go to the movies and see like the big popular movies, but never did I go and find those smaller movies. And then one day I just made a list on this piece of paper, and it was probably about 20 movies, and I watched a few of them and I liked them, which led me to go on the internet and start looking up more movies. And eventually this list of 20 ended up filling the entire paper, 4 rows each, front and back, and it ended up turning into like 8 or 9 pages worth. And as I watched the movies, I'd have to search through the papers and find it and cross it out, and one of my goals was to eventually cross out every movie on this list, but over time that just became an impossible task because you're always adding to the list, and that's such a big time commitment that you're never going to cross out every single one. But I like that was a nice foot in the water for me with films, because that eventually did lead me into seeing just about everything. I gave everything a shot regardless of whether it was perceived to be bad or good. And then over time, once I got to seeing everything, that's when I was able to better adequate my tastes, and so I liked the movies for the right reasons and not the wrong ones, because even the ones I ended up liking 4 years ago, I'd say even 3 years ago, some of the movies I liked 3 years ago weren't even that good, thinking back to it. And so now that I've started to actually feel like I got a good grasp on what a great movie is and what makes it great, is I want to talk about it. I've written movie reviews for the last, I don't know, 4 years. Basically, when July of 2010 is when I started writing reviews, because my first review was Toy Story 3. First good one, at least. That's the one I count. I'll put my blog underneath this channel if you're into reading them. I know a lot of people like watching videos, but obviously I read reviews too, so if that's something you're interested in, I'll put the link below. But with this channel, I plan to just mainly review movies, and occasionally maybe I'll do Blu-ray updates. I see that's what some people do. Obviously I collect Blu-rays. I love buying Blu-rays. That's one of my best things of all time, is just go Blu-ray hunting, and when you find a good deal on a Blu-ray, it's just, that feeling is so awesome that you got this movie at a great price. And so, yeah, maybe that's what I'll end up doing. Maybe I might dip into TV shows a little bit as I watch them, but it's crazy how much TV I've watched the last 6-7 months. I'd say I've spent more time focusing on television than I have with movies, even though that's not speaking to because I've seen a ton of movies. I go to the movies every single weekend, and most of the time I end up seeing more than one film throughout that week, because I'm in a lucky position to where I actually have like 6 different theater chains all within 15 minutes of me, and they range from the big franchise theaters like AMC to these 2 indie movie theaters that actually just about get all these smaller films that some people don't have access to. And I feel like I'm in a great position to actually be able to see whatever I want at the earliest possible time. I also used to go to a lot of screeners. I haven't gone to one in I'd say a month, but before that I was going to screeners probably 2 or 3 times a month, and I mean, seeing some of the movies I saw were extremely early, and I mean, if I can get a review of that movie out sooner, it's the better for some of you guys that are kind of like on the edge of whether you want to see a movie, and maybe my opinion actually makes you make the right choice. I'm not saying even if I like a movie you should go see it. I mean, there's a good possibility that my opinion is going to differ from yours, but I mean, at least you get that insightful information to help you make a choice. And that's what I really want to give you out of this channel, is just fair, unbiased movie reviews. I mean, obviously that's always gonna trickle into my videos and my opinions, because that's just impossible not to be biased, but I'm going to do my best to not do something like that and keep it at the lowest possible level. And so that's what my channel is basically going to be about, and I hope that you end up liking my reviews and my videos, and eventually maybe lead you into doing something like this, because this is something I've wanted to do for a while, but I've never been motivated to do it until now. It's mainly from watching other people's videos and having some downtime finally to get this started, and hopefully I stick with it. So that's my introduction video, and I hope you like this and subscribe to it, because I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, hopefully very often. So until the next video, see you guys. Okay, that's it.